the stance I'm taking on this issue is that I'm going to strongly disagree. Now, I believe that when it comes to leadership, we all are distinct individuals on campus, and everyone has his or her own style of leadership. Maybe we all are supposed to advocate, but probably someone might maybe advocate wrongly, or maybe by not do the right things in his office, which means in that case he is actually trying to get interest for himself. Because remember, in your statement you were like, that's what we are supposed to do, but it's like some people are trying to do it based on their interests instead of following the right approach. So I believe that, of course, we are to serve as the mouthpiece of the school. We are to raise concerns based on certain things that the students feel is against them. So in as much as you advocate is strong on the individual, right, and if you are a student of, the advocacy would be set right. But if the individual is not doing the right thing and is actually doing things based on his own interest, then automatically he is actually moving away from the actual stance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Opoku Vincent, popularly known as Vince.
To the audience, you are allowed to applaud your candidate. However, we are far behind time, so please make it brief. Mr. Vincent, introduce yourself, take a stand.
Okay, so my name is Opoku Vincent, popularly known as Vince, IT level 300. So with the motion, I'm going to go for yes, I agree. Because the fact that you are representing the students and then advocating for them with any decision or anything that the management or the administration is going to say, you have to advocate for the students. Let me state a reason with this example. Let's say there's going to be an increment of school fees, right? And then administration is saying that they should increase it. And then you think that you are representing the students, they have to decrease it. It's the time that you have to advocate for them. That's the time that you have to advocate for them because you are representing them. Whether it goes bad or good, you are representing them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vincent, for your submission. This debate is supposed to be interactive. And for it to be interactive, you have to interject when a person is speaking. So you have to pay rapt attention so that you can ask your questions, give your remarks, and even ask for clarity. Now, to the questions pertaining to the various policies. The first one is, as the mouthpiece of the students, how will you use Students' Academic Board and the University Academic Board to negotiate the removal of irrelevant courses and the standardization of mid-semester evaluations without compromising the university's academic standards? I can read the question for you, but if you heard it, you can just go ahead and answer.
Come again, please.
As the mouthpiece of the students, how will you use the Students' Academic Board and the University Academic Board to negotiate the removal of irrelevant courses and the standardization of mid-semester evaluations without compromising the university's academic standards?
Thank you. So with your question, I think you can't make any decision without the universities so what I was saying, you can't make any decision by going against what the university's constitution or the code of conduct is saying, because from your question I heard you go contrary to the latter part of the question. Can you come again?
as the mouthpiece of the students, how will you use the Thank you very much, Mr. Henry. Over to you, Mr. Clifford.
Okay. Hello. So thank you very much for the question. You said, how would you use the university management, academic board, and then the students to add the students' academic board to negotiate courses that are irrelevant, right?
Semester exam.
Okay, so we know that no course in the university is irrelevant. We all have the university handbook, and then there are code of conduct that we all go by the university. And then by the removal of some courses that you said that are not irrelevant, I don't know that there is any course in the university that is irrelevant. No matter the course that you are offered, there is a course that is important in all the courses we are offering. Now, to standardize the mid-term examination that you were saying, to standardize a mid-term, that means you must have enough infrastructure to continue those mid-term facilities. You get it? So, in standardizing that, I think that the university management and then the students' academic board can standardize that because of lack of infrastructure of the university. So if you want to standardize it, you will not get enough place to write those midterm exams. Okay, so thank you.
Seems Mr. Vincent has something to say. Please give the microphone to him.
So, Madam, I think that the first question that you asked, the question that you just asked, Mr. Henry, I think you answered one. Yes. So he said he was talking about you just asked a 2-in-1 question, right? That was the standardized mid-semester exam, and then the what do you call it? The standardized
Removal
one.
of irrelevant courses.
Yes, and then he answered just the first question, leaving the standardized mid-sem. So I would want him to answer that one.
Okay. Thank you, Opoku. So, what I would say to hello.
Please, we can't hear what they are saying. So make it brief.
So, what I tackled was I tackled the removal and the latter part of the question. And then with the standardization of the midterm exam that you were talking about. So in our policy, we have advocating for the restoration of the midterm exam. I'll use that to explain what you were saying. So we are in a university where students have many problems, and one of the major problems is the midterm exam that we are talking about, because many students lecturers in this university can organize the midterm at odd hours, like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and 9 p.m. So when it comes to standardizing it, I think initially they were doing it. We had moments where they were writing midterms within 2 weeks and then within a week. So I think we can do it again, and the whole problem is, hello. And the whole problem is, most of the lecturers are saying they have to take tips, like they have to be paid before the. So I think if So I think if they organize midterms in classrooms in the evening and they get TAs to invigilate, I think equally, if you are organizing them as the normal time that we were doing before, we can also get TAs to invigilate them without even paying them or something. So I think that would be my answer for that question. So I think it's okay.
Thank you very much. And it seemed you had something to ask Mr. Clifford. You had something to ask Mr. Clifford when he was giving his submission. So kindly do that.
I think I've clarified that in my submission, because he was saying it was lack of facilities. That's why we are not organizing a well-structured midterm. And then that's not the reason. That's what I wanted to clarify, and I've clarified that. Okay.
Mr. Henry. Mr. Ababiga, please give your submission.
Thank you for the question, madam. So on the course of the teaming with academic board, that's of the Uenr board, on the standardization, I think this has to do with the management. So proper liaising with the management in order to come up with the best option that will help the students. As my brother said earlier, that it used to be there. They used to organize
Please, the noise is disrupting the event. Kindly tone it down.
So it used to be there. They used to organize and midterm exams, but then due to some circumstances they stopped. So this is through proper negotiation with the management. So you team with them, you present to them why you think if it is standardized, it's going to help rather than the non-structured one. And if they believe that is really cool, and if even the SRC has to step in order to maybe fund some aspect of it in order for it to be successful, then that one too has to be done. And also, you made mention of irrelevant courses, removal of irrelevant courses. I think irrelevant courses in the sense that would make sense during the period of time. Let's say when COVID-19 came, they introduced one course due to the pandemic. You get it? And now COVID-19 is no more there. The time we are offering it, you get it? So this is true proper communication with the management, and true within that time it can also be removed without compromising them. So that is also a point.
From his submission, I heard him say there were courses that were introduced during the pandemic, and then they are currently irrelevant. So I want him to mention those courses, and then because we have to understand whatever he's saying. Can't say anything without a proof.
Thank you very much, my brother. So I was just using an example. I was citing an example. So I was like, when COVID-19 came, some courses were introduced. I didn't say in this school. You get it? In order to study the trend of diseases. And since COVID-19 is no more, we can no longer continue with the courses. You get it? Yeah, so I think my brother has to listen to me very well. That's what I said. Thank you. Yeah.
Mr. Clifford, are you satisfied? Please take the microphone.
So it's okay.
Any question, we will proceed.
He said he was citing an example, right? And then this is a debate, and then we all have to be realistic. Do you get it? So we can't say that you are introducing a course which is not. Do you get it? We have to be realistic. So if you are saying you are starting an example and then you think it is not, these are not fantasies. Do you get it? We have to be realistic. Thank you.
So what I said was I was like, when COVID-19 came, some courses were introduced. I didn't even say in this school. When I was in level 200, I didn't do academic writing. You get it? We didn't do academic writing just because academic writing wasn't shouldn't be part of what we were doing at that moment. You get it? So we could kindly talk to the management for them to remove some certain courses depending on the time that we found ourselves. So that's what I wanted to say. Not just because I wanted to say that some courses were introduced in this school due to the pandemic. I was saying due to the situation on grounds, we could introduce some certain courses in order to curb the situation. And right after that situation, we can remove the course. So that's what I was saying. It was exactly so.
Okay, so with this problem, I believe there are so many factors, okay, when it comes to standardizing these mid-semester exams. But before, but before I even tackle this problem, okay, with the irrelevant courses you spoke about, I believe every course is relevant because no matter what, you are going to actually learn something from that course. And all the courses that are being introduced to us as students, I believe our lecturers are well taught and well learned to know that these courses are very, very, very important. Now, hello. Now, when we move on to the standardization of the mid-semester examination, now, this is not something that is not doable, okay? It's very, very possible. But the thing is, the factors in which we find our school in. First of all, we have to deal with cost. And when you look at the previous time, right, we have the population at that time wasn't like how it is now. And right now also, as my brother said, lack of infrastructure. You see, when there are so many buildings, you can always get more classes to, have these mid-semester exams. Imagine we having 1 week for just mid-semester. We know IT is the most populated students on campus. Now, imagine we having just a week. The classes wouldn't be able to, suffice all this number of students that we have on campus. And also, you would realize that when we have to even do this, invigilation would come at a cost. You would have to bring in more people, more instruments. The cost would keep on increasing. So I believe to be able to standardize this problem, first of all, we would have to fix our infrastructures, bring on board more infrastructures, fill up the classes with more chairs so that we can have a very wonderful and a standardized yes.
Thank you
this
very
semester.
much.
So okay, with the relevance of the courses that you were talking about, the relevance, I would say that all courses are relevant, right? Because since I've been here, I think for 3 years now, any course that I study is relevant. So, and then with the standardized mid-sem and then the structured mid-sem that we are talking about, I think that it is also, if we are going to structure our mid-semester very well, or we are going to schedule some weeks or months for us to write the mid-sem, it's going to help us. And probably, since they are all saying that we are not having infrastructure and all that, I think that if there are no buildings or infrastructure for hosting midsems, then why don't we do it online? Because the world is evolving around technology, right? And then the world is evolving around technology, right? So we have to utilize this. Other universities are using it. And then we are a developing university, right? So we have to utilize the online also. We can implement the online strategy as well. Yes, thank you.
It seems all of them have questions. So please ask you.
Thank you very much for this chance. Now, my brother over here made a very good suggestion. Hello. Now, my brother over here made a very good suggestion.
Mr. Mohammed, go ahead.
Okay, so you see with the suggestion, it's a perfect one. Online mid-semester exams would be very, very good. But here is a case whereby we are facing network connectivity problems. You see, all these initiatives are very, very good. But to be able to, layer up on these things, you would have to fix the fundamental problems. before you can bring in online, you have to ensure that your network is very, 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 very good. And I believe when our network is very good, we would be able to, bring the online. It's a very good suggestion, but we need to fix some problems before we can bring those ones on board. Thank you very much.
All right. Hello. So I believe that my brother here is a computer science student, right? And then you know that there's a system that you don't know. Okay, so I don't think he has learned it then, but then there is a system in IT. We are from level 100 to 400. We do our online mid-semester and online, right? So this system that we are using, it doesn't matter the space that you are. The network issues are minimal, which means without network, you can do it. Without network, you can do it, right? So it doesn't matter if you have network or you don't. Thank you.
Okay, so you said right now with your suggestion, you said that without network you can still do it. But we are all aware that to access online, to access websites, you must use what? Network. Do you get it? Tell them to come down. So thank you. Okay, so please let's all calm down. Let's all calm down. So with the suggestion he made, he said that without network you can still do the online MSM. That means that even if you are offline, you can still access that online MSM. Do you get it? And then you want to answer this one? Okay.
I think that the online MSM that you are last semester, right? Even the next nursing students use the same system to write their licential exams, right? Right? They used the same system to write their licential exams, and there were no complications with that, right? So with the system, I can assure you that it's a static system that has no problem with networks, right?
Mr. Clifford, you've exhausted your time.
Madam, please, I've seen some of the IT students move from Hall 1 and their various classrooms to go to Hall 2 just to access the Wi-Fi system for them to submit their online assignment. So I think my brother here is not telling us the truth, because it's not an offline system, it's an online system. Yes, please.
There's something that I want to ask you. Take it very, very serious. You see, hello, as an SRC aspirant, all the students on campus are believing that you can do something feasible and solve a problem on campus. So if you can just rise up and create a policy that will just convince people to come and vote for you, meanwhile it's not feasible. It's a very huge problem, because you're comparing ITS, which is 5,000 out of a presentation of 5,000 in number, and then a university of 17,000 to go on the same network space. And then I know the little thing about it deals with numbers, understand? So if you compare such numbers, it's not quite easy. And then from what my partner just said, I've met countless IT students who are struggling to get a proper network before they are able to do their missions. So you can't just tell me
It's done offline or something, you understand? So you have to give us feasible policies, things that can be done, not things that you just run your mouth and then go away scot for free. You understand? Thank you.
Okay, so
Mr. Clifford, each person has to ask just one question so that we can proceed with the next one. And you've already asked your question, so it's okay. When someone gives a reason, you are eligible to ask one question because there are multiple motions that we have to go through. Do you have anything to give? If you have anything to give to their submissions, please.
Okay, so that he's talking about, right? This system that I'm talking about is you see, that is the reason why the system is actually having that option for you to access it, but then the student doesn't know. So we even educate them on getting to that options and then making good use of that. With that, I have a policy in part of the policies that we are going to also extend or expand the Wi-Fi, what do you call it, networks or Wi-Fi's on campus. So with regards to what he's saying, it doesn't matter. Even if they don't have networks. When they work on the exams and then they submit it, it goes, or they get scores for that. Yes. So you don't know, and you haven't used it before. So that's the reason why you are saying that. Yes.
Thank you very much. Please, let's you. So if we are to go back and forth on just
I
one
want
motion,
to clarify
will
one
take
thing.
forever.
One thing.
So let's note this
Okay.
so that we can proceed with the rest of the motion.
You see, okay.
Mr.
So
I would like to proceed with the next motion. Pay attention to this one because there are a lot of questions in just this motion.
Please, I want to say this before we continue. You see, since we started, I've been the first person answering the questions, and I think people are using my answers as a matrix of thinking for answering their other questions. So you have to,
Don't
thank you very
worry
much.
about it. Can you hear me? Kindly calm down so that they can hear what I am saying. Hello? Drawing from the aims and objectives of the SRC Article 6, identify one critical area of students' welfare where the incumbent administration has failed. That's the first one in the motion. I reiterate before I proceed with the other questions in the same motion. Drawing from the aims and objectives of identify one critical area of students' welfare where the incumbent administration has failed. What specific standing committee will you mobilize first to rectify this, and how will your approach differ legally from the current one? I can repeat if you want me to. Drawing from the aims and objectives of the SRC Constitution Article 6, identify one critical area of students' welfare where the incumbent administration has failed. What specific standing committee will you mobilize first to rectify this, And how will your approach differ legally from the current one? You don't have to state the clauses in the Constitution. This question was drawn from the aims and objectives of the SRC Constitution. That's why when I was stating the motion, I mentioned that drawing from the aims and objectives of the SRC Constitution, Article 6, identify one critical area of students' welfare where the incumbent administration has failed. What specific standing committee will you mobilize first to rectify this, and how will your approach differ legally from the current one?
Okay, so very much. So as you said, from the aims and objectives, right? Now it states clearly that the SRC is supposed to advise on the matters when it comes to the welfare of students, and also planning and organizing this kind of activities. And when you look at this welfare aspect, okay, I would say I have a concern when it comes to the healthcare part, because I've realized that sometimes, first of all, the place is not big enough. That's one. Secondly, most of the times the drugs over there get finished earlier, because sometimes some people get to or some people are on medications, right? But here is the case whereby they don't even have the money to buy the prescription or the type of medicines they are supposed to buy. So they got this access due to maybe their health insurance or their opportunity they had because they are a student to be able to get this chance that they are getting. So they being in that place, or the student clinic, for instance, they are not getting that prescribed medications that they are supposed to get, which means they would have to go outside campus to go and look for drugs. And maybe these drugs are very expensive. Probably that particular moment, the students don't have, money within their means. So it would become a very big problem. So in my concern, I would state that we would first of all collaborate with the university health services, right? To ensure that there is always a restock of medications in the student's clinic, to prevent the situation whereby students would have to go outside the student's clinic to look for prescriptions that has been given by the same clinic. It's very sad. You are sick. You don't have money, but due to your health insurance and the school, you're able to get medications. Hello, calm down. And now they've given you the prescription. But because you don't have money, or because the school is lacking medications, you are supposed to go outside another pharmacy. Meanwhile, that drug is very expensive. So I would say, as I said, we would collaborate with the health services of the university, and we would ensure that there is always restocking of drugs in the clinic to prevent people from going outside campus to get medicine. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The motion, so that you know that his answer actually tallies with the question.
Yes.
Should I repeat the motion?
Yes.
So you don't necessarily have to also have concerns with the healthcare.
Hello.
You don't have to have concerns with the healthcare. The question I asked was that they should identify one critical area of students' welfare
Transparency, because we've had since I've been here in this university, I've never seen any administration that has made a valid transparency of our finances, or any project that they do for we students, that this is what we've done, this is what we've used this money for. So the financial accountability or the transparency is something that we don't see, right? So if with another motion, if I am being voted into power, I'm going to make sure that the financial transparency is clear to students for them to see what we are using their monies for. Yes. So that's for mine. Mine is financial accountability. Yes.
Microphone to Mr. Henry.
So from the question that you asked, it's about student welfare, right? And then this is actually a game of intellect. So if you
This for that, right? So it is part. I can term that as yes.
Thank you, mate. Please, I will take this opportunity to also kill the security aspect. For me, what I think is during like my tenure of office, if I'm voted into office, what I'm going to do is to team properly with school security and that of private hostel managers in order to ensure that there are security lights on the road heading to the various hostels, because there are hostels around of it, there are no lights around. So in the evening, most I don't know whether they are students or they are from outside, tend to extort money from people. Like they attack them with knife, then that of gun, then take their belongings from them. So teaming very well with the management or to ensure that there is a proper security system in the school and even outside the campus is very necessary. So that's what I would do. So I will tackle the security aspect. Thank you.
Okay, so I will tackle the sustainable development of the university, right? So in this current administration, we've seen. You say what? Huh? Okay. So this current administration, we've seen so many uncompleted projects on campus, right? Featuring the top of App Lab, 1, 2. That is a building beside the sawmill block, right? And then we know that as students, we need places of convenience to study, right? There is a new commission of a library at the LIB block, right? And then the current administration will come and commission a new project, of which the SRC can lobby for the completion of some of these projects so that we, the students, can use those projects for our well-being. Example, the infrastructure of this campus, right? We know that some of the projects are not funded solely by the SRC, right? But I believe that the SRC can lobby and then advocate for the completion of those projects. Look at our school entrance. It was commissioned in the year 2016 to 17. So now, under the first vice chancellor, so now it is still not completed. But you see, a current administration will come and commission a new project. While those projects are left and abandoned without being tackled, right? So I see that those projects must be not being completed before maybe a commission of a new project, because we, the students, related to the well-being of our school. That's what I can say. Thank you.
Mr. Vincent, you had something to say after Mr. Henry finished giving his admission to your. Moving on to the next motion.
It's of the current administration, right? Okay. So one major oversight in this current administration financial management is that is transparency, how they use funds, right? Now, let's tackle the SRC week because it is the most anticipated week in the university, right? Okay, so tackling that, I would like to channel it to the artist night alone because of time. We are the students that pay the SRC dues. Per my research, I know that the SRC dues paid by continuous students is around 634 cedis, and those of the refreshers is 835. Doing those calculations with the number of students on campus, we are hitting around 30 million and 2,000. That is the amount. So we are supposed to know the amount that they use for those SRC week, and then know the amount that they bring. Maybe if they are bringing in these artists, know that we are using this amount for these artists because it is our money that they use to go and pick those artists. It is our money, our dues that they use to what celebrate these weeks on campus. So that is one major oversight that I would like to submit. Okay, so to ensure accountability by the audit committee, they should be able to give us vivid and
are supposed to be tackling so that students can know how finances are being run in the SRC. I think that's the best way to go by. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so what my brother said, right? He's the financial secretary for local news, right? He knows well about finances. But what evidence are they giving the students' body that they are deducting 35 cedis? Do you get it? We all look the fee that we pay. They have sections that they deduct. Because as I was giving my suggestion, I said, per my research, right? This is the amount that was located to SRC. I don't know for that for local news. Do you get it? I suggested those to SRC week. Do you get it? So if you are not giving vivid evidence that you are deducting 35 cedis for dues, we the student body don't know, and then we are all students, and then we look through the fees that we pay. There is demarcations of the fees that shows that you are using this for tuition fee, you are using this for accommodation, we are using this for maybe SRC dues or any dues that you pay that is related to the SRC. So that's why I channel my thing to SRC, no local news. Do you get it? I might not know of local news, yes. So that is why I spoke about what? The SRC. Do you get it? Do you get it? So that is fine. So they're supposed to provide that they are 35. We, the students' body, know that we are deducting 45. Do you get it?
No, please pass to Mr. Ababiga so that we can get it done.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. So for me, I will also talk about the finances and what has to be done regularly to ensure that there is transparency. So even before SUSA, I think every 3 weeks or 1 month, they can do, the audit committee can come in. I think my brother made mention of there is internal audit committee, so it is not necessary to also consider the external ones. But for me, I don't believe so. If okay, you can write it. Okay, for me, I don't believe so. If teaming up with external audit committee would ensure transparency, then we have to go by that approach rather than relying on just the internal ones, and at the end there is financial mismanagement to get it. So we can do even auditing along the semester before the SUSA itself. So that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Okay, so I believe most of the main things that we are supposed to hear have been said. But what I can add up to it is we all that we are seated over here believe in transparency. I believe that it of any students over here in his interest or her interest to see that, oh, okay, this project has been established. This was the amount that was used. And probably this was the committee that approved of it. And if we all know that, okay, this audit committee can be trusted, whether internal or external, we can vividly say that, oh, okay, with this, we know that our funds are being used properly. Because even with the internal auditors, you can't fully trust them. But I believe with the external one, they are vividly doing their work very, very well. Internal auditors people do mistakes. You might not know where the mistake is coming from. But when there is an external auditor, of course, they will definitely go through certain things to ensure that our finances are well used. And we all over here believe in transparency. If, let's say, I have a building over here, and I tell everyone that this building costs maybe 3 Ghana cedis, and the auditors have approved, I don't think students will really have a problem with all these finances or with how we manage our finances. But when everything is being sketchy, as he said, the SOSA is not being regulated from time to time, and all these things are not in place, it will worry us and it wouldn't bring on board this transparency. So I believe with every semester, every SRC president is supposed to draft a well-budgeted list of things that he has done and the amount that was allocated to it to ensure that there is transparency and everyone in the school will be very, very happy. Thank you very much.
Yes, so I think that our brother Smarters has made it easy with respect to the explanation and how we have to understand it. So the transparency and accountability is something that we, the students, need to know, because we need to know what they are using our money for, the projects, and how much they've invested or how much they've used in the finances for our projects. So I think that the university parliament has procedures for approving budgets, right? So this question, I think it goes straight to the financial secretary of local news. So I was present at the parliament where they were about to approve the budget for local Nooks Week, right? And then they presented a budget of 40,000 cedis for condoms, right? So this is what AB Smart was actually saying. If we want to see the transparency of a project, let us see the 40,000 condom budget that you made. Let us see that this is the budget for the condoms. So we are not here to just say that you are aspiring for this and then you are a financial secretary. You don't want us to know that this is what you presented for the budget. So we want to know the transparency of our finances. Yes, this is what I'm going to add. This is not a question. This is not a question, but this is what we want to know. Yes.
Thank you very much. I think this is a game of intellect. So if you decide to act barbaric, it's very sad and very bad. Okay, so let's listen. So what he was saying, we have to clarify this for everybody to listen. And I'm very happy that the social media is taking coverage of everything. So with the SRC, most students don't have knowledge about it because we print out constitutions and then student handbook and students decide not to read and understand them. So with the SRC, before every budget comes out and then funds are being released, the first thing being done is the financial secretary has to do the budget and then send it to the chief clerk of parliament. The chief clerk of parliament sends it to parliament and then they sit on it. So during budget reading in parliament, there are no gallery allowed in parliament. So I want to ask my brother, is he really truthful? Is this the attitude you are going to use when you become an SRC president? Because you are actually lying. You understand? Nobody is allowed in parliament during budget reading if you are not a member of the house or the financial secretary. So if you tell me you are actually at parliament that day, it means you are lying. And then when it comes to condoms in this university, it is shared on Vows Day, not local news week. And then another thing that I also want to say is during the local news week, we don't share condoms. And then during the Vows Day, it is the AIDS Commission that brings out condoms to the university for us to share for free. So when a budget is being done, I think they all didn't get what I said. I said the SRC Parliament has its own audit committee being set by the Parliament. And the university also has its internal audit. So everything that comes out, it goes through those two bodies. So in the internal audit, we have professional auditors. People who have gone to the university to become auditors, who goes through the budget, making sure everything that comes out is legit. So you can't just, and then that with the local because an SRC president who is a liar. It's very sad to be doing that. My brother, please, you have to stop that because it's very bad. Thank you very much.
Mr. Muhammad.
So I think that this debate that we're having, so you are telling us as a financial secretary that the whole program, I mean the whole local Nooks weeks was not even up to 40,000, right? Bows Day was not even up to 40,000. So this is the reason why we need a financial transparency. This is the reason. So you can't just come and tell me that it wasn't out to 40,000 without evidence. And they want me to understand you. And then we know that. So yes, I want him to know his manners, because we are just having a debate on certain things. And then as a leader that you say you are, if you are telling me that I'm being barbaric because I'm demanding for my transparency of my money, then who is more barbaric? We are just having a conversation, right? And you are telling me that I'm barbaric. What do you want to tell me? Are you that violent? Are you violent? Please be well full of your words. Thank you.
Mr. Clifford, do you have something to say?
What I want to say is, actually, when we are having a conversation, you don't actually have to shout before we understand what you are saying. That is why you are being given a microphone, so you have to relax and talk. And so, what I was saying is, you're asking for transparency. That is why in this university, every department has a member of parliament. So every department has its own representative in parliament. So when we send the budgets there, your representatives are there making sure that everything goes through the right processes. So you as an ITS president, you have an MP who was there, who approved that we should take the budget up. So if you are telling me that we approved a condom of 40,000, which you don't even know what you're saying. So if you are telling me you approved such a budget, I can see your MP there, he's running. He can come and answer if he saw a budget of 40,000 there. It's all lies. You're just trying to convince students to follow false information, which is very bad. Because from here, I can call you and then make you bring a proof of that 40,000 condom that you were talking about. And then you can't get it. And then that can take you somewhere else. I think Kwame Ahe got the same issue. He was sending false information that somebody spent 500,000 for a week, which is not true. And then he brought out an apology letter. So if you want to do same, you can also do same. Thank you very much.
Okay, so
let's stick to the motions and not deviate from what it is. The examples that you'll be giving, please. Let's coordinate ourselves very well. This is a presidential debate. People are watching this. Aspirants to be the next SRC president. Let's be well conducted.
Okay, so moderator, I would like to ask my brother here just one question with a suggestion. He said that I want to take it back to the 35 Ghana cedi that he said as SRC dues. Do you get it? Because everything that we say here go outside to the student body. Do you get it? So if you are saying you are taking 35 Ghana cedis, right? What evidence? I want to ask him whether he is sure about the 35 Ghana cedis that it is taken as SRC dues. Do you get it? So that's my question. And then if he is sure that it is 35 Ghana cedis, and then per the amount that he mentioned, 35 times the total, that's close to 17,000 will give you 630,000 Ghana cedis. Do you get it? And that amount cannot celebrate SRC week. That amount cannot organize all those programs that you do on campus. So my first question is it true 35 Ghana cedis? And then if it is 35 Ghana cedis, what is the evidence? Because my 635 Ghana cedis, there is evidence that shows that they are taking this amount as SRC. That's my question.
So that is why the university
Please go
ahead. That is why it's very important that before you rise up and then have the thought of running for a position, you have to know your onions. You have to know how the university runs. Because these things are online. You can find them. The demarcations of our school fees and then how the dues are being divided into various levies. You can find them online. You can find them in the Uenr website. So I don't know if they really know much about the university, because this is out there where everybody knows. If you want to know, you are going to know. And then it's 35 cedis as dues for SRC and local news. And then the number that you are talking about, I think you have to know things very, very well. You have to go to the academic office and then know the number of students that we use before we get our figures. You have to know that before you spit out anything that you say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Henry. I think if we stick to this, we will not finish because the back and forth has become excessive. I'll proceed with the next motion so that we can finish.
Madam, please, I want to make one thing because there is a debate. Do you get it? And then he said that before you contest for this position, that means that you must research and then knows about this thing. Meaning that what I'm saying is a lie. First one, madam, please wait. What I'm saying is a lie. That means that mine is not online. It is offline. First one. And then he also said that as an intellect, that means that we those sitting here don't have the minds to contest for that position. Second one, because is this a debate? This is not a fight. This is not something that we go back and forth. Do you get it? Because if you are trying to speak outside boundaries and then everybody is trying to speak outside boundaries, it is not go away with that.
Okay,
do you
thank
get
you
it?
very much.
So
Mr. Clifford,
let's know
please,
how
let's
we
respect
use
the time
our words.
and respect everything that is happening.
Because
here.
if you say that
Mr.
before
Clifford,
you contest for this position,
can you please mute his mic for
you
me?
must research. That means that.
Thank you very much. Let's respect the time. If I say we are done, we are done. Even if you have something to say, we are done. I read the next motion. Mr. Clifford. Mr. Clifford. Mr. Clifford. This is a debate, a presidential debate. The thing is that with the motions, some of you will agree, some of you will disagree. The submissions that come, some of you will agree with the submissions, some of you will disagree. Some of you will cross others, some of you will not cross others. Let us be mindful of our words, of our conduct, and let us finish this peacefully. So if I tell you we are done, we are done. As the moderator, I have to make sure that everything is done accordingly. So please take note of this and let's proceed. The next motion. Identify 2 specific schools or departments that are currently failing to meet the welfare or academic standards set in the student handbook. How will you utilize Article 62, that is with the establishment of welfare committee, to address these resource gaps in your first 100 days as SRC president? I reiterate. Identify 2 specific schools or departments that are currently failing to meet the welfare or academic standards set in the student handbook. How will you utilize Article 62, which talks about the welfare committee establishment, to address these resource gaps in your first 100 days? Mr. Mohammed, I would like to begin with you.
Okay, so as you said, now I believe that all schools on this campus, okay, or all schools in this institution is actually trying to reach a milestone, okay. Every school over here is trying its possible best to ensure that it gets to where it believes it can get to. So I don't agree to the fact that there are gaps, but I want to say that we are trying our possible best to reach to the milestone that we are trying to get, because as you can see, there are new buildings that are coming up. There are some of the labs that they are building. Remember, this school is very, very young, okay, as compared to other universities. So I wouldn't agree to the fact that we are lacking, but I would rather say we are now emerging. And actually, UNE has been one of the young schools that has actually emerged very, very, very fast. So in my opinion, I believe that we are actually growing rather not lacking behind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. So this is addition to what my brother just said. So I believe that since we all believe that nothing is too bad that it can't get worse, same way nothing is too good that it can't get better. So we can improve on the existing things. Same way, I can mention the School of Medical Laboratory Science, that of the nursing, then the School of Biological Science. We are lacking a lot of stuff that we can improve on. Our current microscope is, the ratio of the microscope is 1:18. And we are lacking a lot of practical stuff that we can improve on in order to make teaching and learning very good. So this is what I can also say about it. So we can improve on the existing ones to make it better. Thank you.
So yes, I think I'm going to add to what they said. We can improve on the existing ones, and then I think we should focus more. I think that we should focus more on the academic processes, right? Yes, so that's it.
Hello, moderator, please. I think from what they are saying, and then the question that can you repeat the question again? Because
identify 2 specific schools or departments that are currently failing to meet the welfare or academic standards set in the student handbook. How will you utilize Article 62 to address these resource gaps in your first 100 days?
can you let us know the academic standards that you are talking about? Just 1 or 2, so that we can answer the question. Because I think every school in this university is up to the academic standards of the student handbook. You understand what I'm saying? So every school in this university is up to the academic standards of the student handbook before it can even operate and become a school. So
Yes, and you see, the reason why we are making this submission is like I base this on certain factors. You know, this emotion. You can either choose to agree or disagree. And UNE was established in 2011. Okay, we are still growing, and I believe in 20 years to come, hopefully, when I become the next SRC president, there are going to be so many improvements that I believe I can bring on board. So right now, as it stands now, we still have a lot of things to do. Yes, we are not lacking, but we are rather trying to improve on whatever that is there. Yes, thank you very much.
Do you have anything to say?
from the question that came out, and then the improvement that you are all talking about, I think it's, from my point of view, I think it's quite opposite, because she's talking about academic standards in the student handbook, and then academic standards in the student handbook. Yes, and then in this university, for everything to be recognized and be functioning fully, it has to match with whatever is in the student handbook. So if we have a school running, it means the academic standard is up to, do you get what I'm saying? Yes. So I think you should actually tackle the latter part of the question and then know what to say. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so, oh, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. We did together. Okay, so, as he said, now you see, we are not disputing that fact. But here is a case where my brother made mention of certain things that they lack in their department. You see, he said, as it stands now, in the medical laboratory, right in your side, they lack certain microscopes. And the thing was, I was like, I don't agree, right? Because I think, I agree, rather, because we can still do better. Because academic standards also is based on whatever instruments or resources that you have. As computer scientists, we will need labs. a Medilab student will need microscopes and all these things. So for you to, depending on the kind of, school you are coming from, perhaps maybe in the engineering department, you have all the resources that you need. But when you come to other schools, yes, so as I was saying, it depends on what the schools. Every school has its standard. Probably maybe in his school, maybe they have everything that they need. And as you can see, my brother over here, he's having a very big problem with their school as well. And even in the computer science department, we still have a lot of things to do. And I believe with this, we all can agree to that fact. Thank you very much.
Yes. So I think the answer that he said, that's what I also said, that the academic resources that we need. So I said academic resources. So he made mention of his lab equipment. That was the, what do you call it? Microscope and other lab accoutrements. The academic resources that I'm talking about, it could be projector, it could be PS, it could be anything that is going to keep academic going, right? So that's, I second what he's saying, yeah.
Okay, so I would like to add my suggestion to that. So we said we should mention 2 departments, and now then I'll channel that department, that is computer and electrical department. There is engineering, right? That is working hand, something that you can see physically. Do you get it? So to meet the academic standards of the university handbook, yes, every department on campus meet the standards. Just that UNE is not evolving, right? And then you cannot compare the standard that you get to UNE to a school that has spent almost 66 years, that is tech. You can't compare those practicality to UNE. Do you get it? So I disagree to the fact that all departments meet the standard. Just that UNE don't have the practical. Just like my brother just said about the microscope. My brother also talked about the computer labs and all that. If you come to the engineering sector, in my department, I offer computer engineering, right? And then we lack so many things in our department. That doesn't mean that we don't meet the requirements. Do you get it? You meet it, but just that we don't get the practicality. That is it. Okay.
I want to add something. These things that we are doing, one way or the other, we are also advertising the name of UNE. So this is a public space that we can get people out there listening. So we really have to mind our words.
Mr.
Because
Henry.
this is
Mr.
your
Henry.
alma mater.
Mr. Henry.
If you are coming to be the next
Mr.
SRC
Henry.
president, you are
Mr.
going
Henry.
to improve on things. To talk about the things that you are going, don't just think bad about
Mr.
the
Henry.
university, because
Mr. Henry, please tackle motions. Don't tell them what to do and what not to do. Yes, that is true. That is why I am here, Mr. Henry. So please tackle the motions and leave the rest to me.
Okay, so Mr. Oe, what you're actually saying is very true, okay? We are actually advertising the school, but you see, this is the case whereby, as we said, the school is still emerging, and we as leaders are trying to solve problems regarding the school. You get it? And we can't, I believe we all, let me say the freshers over here, even if they don't know the standard of UNE before they came, at least they know that UNE at a particular point is younger than the universities like Legon or Tech. You get it? We have products. UNE is a very good school. But due to certain things or due to our years of establishment, you realize that we are a bit back. Hello. Now listen, this is what I'm trying to say. What you are saying, hello. Oh, Mr. O, I'm talking to you. Yes. So I'm trying to say that your point was very, very, very valid. We are not supposed to, bring out things that will tarnish the image. But also remember that we are trying to fix problems. Okay? We can't lie. We are not lying. The microscope is very true. And next year, next year, listen, we are going to get more students in this school. We will continue getting people. And I believe by the end, when we get to, let's say, 20 years, oh, Mr. Owe, Owe is a friend. Owe is a friend. Listen to me, okay? Yes. So as I'm saying, hello. So let me just give my closing remark on this statement, okay? All I'm trying to say is, Uenr is a growing school. There are always problems in the school that we are trying to build. You can't compare a school which is, let's say, younger to something like Tech or Legon. So right now, all I'm trying to say is, we can't say we are hiding. We are not tarnishing the image. Next year, we'll get more students than this year. Uenr is always going to grow. But as leaders, let us always try to, solve the problems that are coming in. And I believe Uenr is always going to be one of the best universities in Ghana. Thank you very much.
Does anybody have anything to say? Please pass the microphone to Mr. Babiga, then Mr. Vincent.
Please, this is just a submission. So, I believe as we are here to learn and unlearn. So, if you feel like someone is making a suggestion and you feel like, yeah, the person is right, we should admit it and move forward. And this is also a wake-up call to us students to also vote for someone, or like see to it that we should normally also promote someone who understands our grievances, and not someone who will just say that maybe they want to sugarcoat what we are actually going through. These are problems that we are facing, and we can't sugarcoat it. It has to be stated point blank and same as it is. Thank you.
Mr. Vincent.
Yeah, so I think that he rightly said it. We are not tarnishing the school's image, right? That's the reason why he said that if you are for the motion or against the motion, you should just say your submission. So if somebody is saying the submission, you shouldn't take this personally. You shouldn't use personal emotions for this thing. Because if you are to say that somebody is actually punishing the image, you will say that it is you, because you were using profane words like barbaric on this big platform that the whole university is watching. You understand? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tempers are high. I would urge all of us to calm down as we proceed with the rest of the motions. The next motion. Under Article 64, the Entertainment Committee must coordinate activities for all student groups. Beyond secular entertainment, what is your specific policy for supporting the unique needs of recognized religious societies on campus? And how will you ensure they receive their fair share of the 10% SRC dues allocation? Under Article 64, the Entertainment Committee must coordinate activities for all student groups. Beyond secular entertainment, what is your specific policy for supporting the unique needs of recognized religious societies on campus? And how will you ensure they receive their fair share of the 10% SRC dues allocation? Mr. Ababiga, I'll start with you.
Thank you very much. So you said aside the secular entertainment, any other thing we can do for the religious bodies, right? So to talk of Christianity, I want to deviate small. This is about their place of worship. After that, it all boils down to the entertainment aspect that I'm talking about. So about their place of worship, I used to stay with one guy over here in level 100, the same room. We shared the same room, and the guy never stepped foot at where the Muslims pray, just because the guy believed that it is not holy enough, because students move about over here singing profane songs, and whenever they are worshiping, they always hear students also making some profane sounds than some other stuff. For this reason, the guy never stepped foot over there. He used to worship outside the campus. So I believe with the 10% allocation that you said, we can support churches or mosques who are doing very well, like churches like the Pensa, who are doing very well for themselves. They are building a church for themselves. So we can support them with these 10% allocation for them to continue improving their church service. And I think their entertainment okay very there. That's at their church premises. That's where they also have their entertainment. Their entertainment is solely due to them. What they do is what entertains them. So we can channel this 10% allocation over there for them to use it to complete their project. And after that, they can also house their entertainment over there. Thank you very much.
Okay, so aside secular entertainment, I would like to tackle the Christianity religious system. And then about that, talking about the 10% use that we want to give it to them. Those amounts will be allocated to various religions. So I'm tackling the Christianity. So for Christian religion, I'll take my church for the first one, that is Baptist church. There are so many equipments that those churches need. Yes, we know that those churches are responsible to purchase those items that they use to worship. Example like keyboard, drums, and so many things that they use in church. So as the SRC, they can allocate money for those people to help them buy those things, and then thereby ensuring entertainment in those who are churches, right? That is what I can say.
Please, I want to understand this carefully, because from my point of view, it's like you are trying to say, for instance, like the way we organized the show that Medical came, this one was for secular entertainment. So you are trying to say that what are we also trying to do for the religious side, not with like buildings and instruments and all those stuff, isn't it? Or that wasn't the question.
How will you utilize? No, that wasn't the question.
Yes, calm down.
It was under Article 64. The Entertainment Committee must coordinate activities for all student groups beyond secular entertainment. What is your specific policy for supporting the unique needs of recognized religious societies on campus? And how will you ensure they receive their fair share of the 10% SRC dues allocation? So
Yes.
what is your specific policy for supporting their unique needs?
Okay, so you see in our policy documents, right? Now there is actually a sector, okay? Now we've understood that sometimes it's not everyone who is much interested when it comes to this secular side of the entertainment aspect. So I believe that, and sometimes we seek to ensure that there is this unity amongst us. Sometimes we can organize a particular event, okay, that would inculcate all religions to ensure or to bring out whatever they think they can also show. Or even we can also bring programs that would help those religions also exhibit certain things that they would want to show. Because it's not every time that we are supposed to, go to the medical shows or Sarkodi or whatever. Sometimes, so I believe some Christians would want to worship very, very well. They want to have a very good program that will show that they are also doing something outside the secular side. The same thing too with the Islamic aspect. Yes, we do have programs that we think that when we organize, we would be able to, bring all these things on board. So I believe that there are all parts. Entertainment is very broad. We have secular entertainment and the other side as well. So I believe that when it comes to this aspect, we will do our possible best to, ensure that all these programs are there to bring all religions together, because we are one under this umbrella. And with the 10% as well, of course, we are trying to, build institutions for every religious denomination. Muslims are there, Christians are there. I don't know if they are traditionalists. And everyone would want a part of this 10%. So with good management and with good resource allocation, I believe you can distribute this 10% amongst all the religions. We are not going to sideline someone out to ensure that there is a fair and a very nice distribution. Thank you very much.
It seems Mr. Clifford has a submission. Please.
Yes, so my brother Smarty has made a valid point, and then for mine, I think that the policy that I'm bringing on board for the religious sector, I think it's the same as his. But then I realized that for SCC, they are doing wonderful. They are having good activities, and then it needs something that is going to make it more appealing. So with my policy, I think that I stated in the policy that I'm going to also bring a gospel artist for the SCC programs, because during SRC weeks we do have some artists that come around to perform. So why don't we do same for SCC? You understand? And then also with regards to the Muslims and other religions too, we are going to support them in any activity that they do. I think that my brother here, Smart, is a Muslim. So any activity regarding to the Muslim community, we are going to support, just like the Ramadan. Yes, so that's it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Owen.
I think all what they said are equally important, and then with our current state of the university, the problems that students are actually facing is not about that. Because with the SRC, we can see has been supporting the Muslim community very, very well. And then coming to the SCC, we have been supporting them very, very well, because every year we have been bringing an artist, gospel artist, as my brother said, for the Gospel Rock Show. And then the SCC has been going on very wonderfully. And then with the Muslims too, I think this year we even increased the amount that the SRC donates to the Muslim. So I think these are not the problems that we are supposed to be focusing on. There are real issues that students are facing. There are other things that we are supposed to be tackling, not just allocating funds to things that are being done already, because these problems are being solved a long time ago. And then there are other things that we have to focus on. Understand? So I like your energy. So with my answer to the question, as I was saying, I think there are other stuff that we are supposed to be focusing on. That is under academics, under welfare, and then even under entertainment. That is for the secular music, because this year there was an issue where the social media guys were complaining on the social media that they weren't given accreditation to come closer to the artists to make their content and other stuff. These are the things that we are supposed to be. We have to be helping the student resources. Understand what I'm saying? So with our policy under the entertainment and then sports, we have the SRC Big Star project, where we are going to support all those people who are interested in entertainment, the content creators, student musicians, people that write songs, and all other aspects in the entertainment business that we have on campus. So I think that is the real problem that we are supposed to be focusing. Thank you very much.
Hello. OA is a friend. OA is a friend. So you see, I think on one point, okay, you've made a very good submission. But you see, with what our coordinator is trying to pose onto us, the thing is, she is trying to see our opinion on how we think we can actually do this. And with what you are saying, hello. When I say the smart change, say we did together, smart change active. You see, the thing is, right now, the coordinator herself knows that there are big problems we are supposed to face, but she's actually bringing this problem out to seek our opinion, because from the way you spoke, I'm not trying to say something bad, but it's like you are trying to say that she's bringing something which is not relevant from how you pose the question, and we know that there are relevant problems we are supposed to face. So she's actually trying to tell us that we should bring on our opinions on how we think we can bring activities that are, distinct from secular entertainment. And I believe that was what she was trying to say. Thank you very much, Mr. Owen.
So my submission was, with what she was saying, currently our university is not facing such an issue. She's the coordinator. She wants to know our opinion about the problems that is going on in the university. And then my opinion is there is no problem related to activities on campus. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So if you think you have a problem with the religious side on campus, fair enough. I, as a candidate, don't have a problem with that, and I think the students of this university don't have a problem. The problems that they have is with our Wi-Fi. The problem that they have with the penalty that we are putting on school fees. The problem that they will have is how bad our classrooms are. You understand? That is the problem that we are supposed to be tackling. So if you don't have a problem with what she said, fair enough. That is for you as an aspirant. But Henry Uswampo, popularly known as Mr. OA, who stands and speaks for the students of this university, I think that is not an issue. Thank you very much.
Okay, so Mr. Owe, you see, it's like we are not. Hello, Mr. Owe. Mr. Owe, you see, we are not getting my point of view. Okay, the thing is, listen. Hello, listen. You are not getting my point. You see, what you are saying. Hello, Mr. Owe. Mr. Owe is a friend. Owe is my friend. Owe is our friend. Please listen. Now you see, what you are saying is 100% true. Okay, what you are saying is 100% true. And I believe if the coordinator, who I believe she is very, very intelligent, is to ask us to bring on all our policies, no one would bring a policy regarding religious, stuffs, because we believe these policies are actually of low priority. But here's a case whereby she is the one in charge. She's the one coordinating. Hello. You see, she's the one in charge. I believe in our policy documents, the good people of Uenr read or listened to our manifesto. No one was talking about religion, because the problems Uenr is facing is bigger than religion. But she just wants to see our opinion. You get me? That was just the thing. So it's not like we are trying to say that this is a problem or not. It's just the opinion that we are trying to, share. Hello, Mr. Owe, are you okay? Thank you very much.
I think she can clarify that for you. She asked that.
Let me read the motion again.
Relax.
To give clarity. Under Article 64, the Entertainment Committee must coordinate activities for all student groups. Beyond secular entertainment, what is your specific policy for supporting the unique needs of recognized religious societies on campus? And how will you ensure they receive their fair share of the 10% of the Uenr SRC dues?
Yes. So, let me finish, my brother. So, from what she said, you have to have a particular policy about that specific problem. So, if you don't have to fake a policy or write a policy that is not in your document right now. You have to let her know that is not the issue you are tackling as an aspirant. You understand what I'm saying? So, what you said right now, which is a policy that you are trying to create, meaning you are creating a policy for us right now. You understand what I'm saying? So you shouldn't. I'm not done, please. I'm not. If you continue doing this, we are not, because this is a debate, and then we have to pick lessons from it. So if you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, I think so let me speak, okay? So you have to directly state a policy. So if you don't have a policy in your policy document that is tackling that problem, you have to let her know that is not the problems that you are here to tackle. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to fake a certain policy that I think I heard them saying this policy and that policy, which is not in your policy document. You understand?
Mr. Clifford, please give us your submission. Please let Mr. Clifford speak.
Wait, AB, it's okay.
Please, let Mr. Clifford speak.
It's okay, wait. So, our dear brother here is saying some things that, to me, I think that's not right. Do you get it? So, you might not know a policy that a team presented. And then he said that what we are saying, we are creating policies. Do you get it? And then as such, we are lying about what we are saying at this moment. Do you get it? If maybe you don't agree to that point, it is fine. But the question was directed towards the entertainment. Do you get it? That is how the question was directed to the entertainment section. Do you get it? So we know that there are so many problems that the students are facing, including Wi-Fi connections, chair problem, infrastructure, and all that. But this question was specifically directed towards the entertainment. Do you get it? And then what sure are you that
please,
we don't have something about that? Saying
Mr.
that
Henry, please
no,
let him speak.
wait.
Mr. Henry,
If
please let him speak.
you see, if you are saying that somebody don't have the policy about that, it is wrong, because I can prove you that no, I have a policy. I have
Mr.
a policy
Henry.
without that. I said that. Do you
Mr.
get it?
Henry.
I have a policy with religious sector. Let me. I have a with the religious
Mr.
sector.
Henry.
Do you get it?
Mr. Henry,
Now,
face.
you see,
Do not face. You are to face the audience. Please. Thank you.
okay. So we all have policies with that. Just that in reading on our manifesto, we didn't include it. That doesn't mean that we don't have policy. Now let me start by policy about the entertainment sector. One, there is a policy in my policy document about the SRC mobile app, right? I didn't state it here because we are not talking about that. Now, in their app have so many features, right? Now let's shift to the entertainment side. Now, aside secular entertainment, as my brother said that they will bring artists to come and perform at the maybe fire conference or gospel rock show, we will give opportunity to students to choose maybe the artists that they want. It is not only secular music or those artists. There are gospel artists included for fire conference. Let's take up this year's fire conference. There are prophet men that came from your own church, Pensa, those that handled this year's fire conference. But in the gospel rock show, they didn't get maybe a top artist to come and perform for them. Do you get it? Who is the top artist? No, see, for you it's a top artist, but the students has to agree. No, the thing is, the students' body has to agree. So if you are saying something that is baseless, it is not right. Do you get it?
And to just add up, okay. You see, mine was, if this is a motion, okay, it's either you agree to the motion or you disagree to the motion. But don't try to counter what the coordinator is doing by saying that we have important things to do. You get it? That's what I'm trying to say, that if we are to list high priority problems, okay, no one would add the religious one at that point. Mr. Oye, please help me listen to what I'm trying to say. So yes, let the coordinator do her job. Let her ask her questions, and you agree or you don't agree. Thank you very much.
The final motion for the presidential debate. Can I proceed? The SRC is frequently criticized for administration amnesia, where each new leader abandons their predecessors' progress to pursue personal manifesto, leading to the SRC is frequently criticized for administration amnesia, where each new leader abandons their predecessors' progress to pursue a personal manifesto, leading to stalled projects and wasted dues. While Article 95 Clause 2 explicitly states that viable projects exceeding an administration's tenure cannot be terminated without parliamentary approval. This is often ignored in practices. As president, how will you move the SRC from a one-year manifesto culture to a generational strategic plan? Specifically, how will you empower the SRC Projects Monitoring Committee to act as a constitutional watchdog that prevents your successor from unilaterally stalling your viable projects as mandated under Article 79? Should I repeat it or you heard it? Was the motion clear to everybody?
Thank you, Miss, for the question. So for this one, I believe very well that this has to be, it has to be approved by Parliament even before every administration ends. So we can make it a law, as you said. We can involve the SRC. What? Sorry, you made mention of management something. If you can mention that for me, inclusion of you made mention of a certain body. If you can.
Should I read everything again?
Last part, even the last part.
The last part.
The question, please.
Specifically, how will you empower the SRC Projects Monitoring Committee?
Managing
Monitoring
committee. So
committee.
that's what I was saying. Yes, please. That's the body I was saying. The SRC Project Managing Committee. So it was part of our policy, of which we call it the continuity agenda. This is to continue with. The incumbent administration is doing very well. That's the last administration, Woleku's administration, started a pavement system, of which this incumbent administration is continuing with that part. So we can equally continue with this project before even we start our main project that we want to channel. But this boils down to matters of priority. Sometimes if we are stepping into office, we feel like we also have something equally important of which we want to do. That's why normally we tend to abandon those projects and focus on our main project. But we can make this a law passed by Parliament that even before you start your main project, you have to continue with the already existing ones because they are equally important. Let's say the off-campus stay that the current administration has started. This is a good project that we can continue with. And if he leaves office and the one who comes into office decides to not continue at all, this is not going to help because it is equally important project that the SRC can embark on and it can help students. So we can make it a law passed by Parliament, and before any administration resumes office or before they can start with their own project, they must continue with the already existing ones, and if they are done, they can continue with theirs. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I believe as a leader, you would always want to see your institution or whatever particular thing you are actually looking after grow. And we all seated over here are interested in the growth of Uenr. Now, you can probably see that from previous administrations, there has been so many projects that has been continued by so many leaders, especially when you take a good look at the pavement. Now, I don't think when someone steps a foot onto Uenr over here, the person is coming to say that, oh, okay, this person did this person did this. But rather, the person would be like, Uenr is actually a very nice place because people have actually continued some of the good work that people are actually doing or have done in the past. So I believe as a leader, in as much as we have good priorities or good policies we are trying to implement, there are certain policies that the current administrator or the current leader can't finish. So you as a leader who is coming in, you would first of all analyze and understand the current situation. What do the students need? As it stands now, the network problem in this hall of residence is very, 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 very bad. So if you are coming in as a leader, and this is a big problem you are coming to face, and there is also another problem that someone was doing, which isn't of much of high priority, there is no way you are going to do that and abandon the main one. But if you realize that you can do yours and simultaneously add that one to it, I believe it would all help. And in the end of the day, Uenr is all for us, and we would all be happy to see that Uenr is growing. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you. I think I'm in line with what my brother is saying. So I agree with that. So it is part of my policies that I would continue projects that previous administrations couldn't do. Yes, because there are certain projects that it's going to make impact on campus, and then we have to continue them. So, for example, the pavement that is from the roadside to LT, it was started by somebody, and then the current administration too has started a pavement from the SH coming to the dean's office at LTS. So these are some projects that we can continue. So I intend to also continue with the project committee, that any project that was left behind, we are going to continue, because these are some projects that we can also continue for that. Thank you.
Okay, so with this question is exactly one of my policies, the major one. I said it's a continuity of ongoing projects. So I equally agree with President continue ongoing projects on campus, right? So it is a good thing, because if you look at so many projects on campus, but let's all be guided that some of the projects are founded by others are founded many other. You are only you that's on campus. Do you get it? So I think that as the SRC president, you must find ways and means to lobby for funds to continue projects. As I stated, some of the projects are funded fully by the government, others by investors, others by the SRC. You are really right. Do you get it? Investors, do you get it? let me state an example. Just like the pavilion, the extension of the pavilion, which was extended by the those investors, not from the school. Do you get it? Yes. You can, if you go to PAV, in front of PAV, it is there. This is written on a board there. We can all go and see it. Do you get it? So this is something that we must all learn from. Do you get it? Yeah. Oh, it is true, right? Yes. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clifford. Does anybody have submission, questions, remarks? Does anyone have any submission, any question, any remarks?
Thank you for the opportunity. So at this moment, I would like to ask some questions about some policies that I've seen out there. I've seen people post, that is from my brother Opoku Vincent. I've seen them post a 20 gig upgrade in the data package that we get from Telecel. I want him to explain that very, very well. And then also explain the part bank being the flagship policy that he stated under the, the vetting that we went to.
Not to interject, but I think you want him to explain his
The
policies.
two policies. So that because I feel like there are loopholes. So if he explains it very, very well for all the students to understand, I think that would be very best for us, because that's my question for
I
him.
believe the explaining of policies were done during the vetting and then the manifesto time too.
Well, this is a debate, right?
Yes.
And then you asked me if I have a question
I
for.
present motions for you to give your.
But right now you asked if I have questions for other
That's
people.
pertaining the motion at hand.
Oh,
right
okay,
now.
okay. Thank you. So I thought it was open
No.
for questions. Okay.
I think that you said that we are to give motions to the questions that you are going to answer. You are going to ask, right? The debates, the questions that you were asking, right? You said that we are going to give a motion if we agree with the motion or not.
Take a stance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that you have to understand her better, right? Yes. So I would explain for you to understand. Yeah. But then I wouldn't. I shouldn't. Okay.
I
So
think
thank you.
we are
All right.
done here. So I'll give a minute to each aspirant to campaign. You have just a minute. Campaign.
I want to say this we want to go. Yes. But I really love the proceedings and everything. But I think it's not a problem for you to explain the policy for all of us to understand and then come and vote for
Please,
you.
Mr. Oye, we are done.
Oh, this is
Mr.
a personal
Henry.
thing that I want to ask. Or it's
Mr.
not
Henry.
possible.
Mr. Henry, please, you have a minute to campaign. I'm giving each aspirant a minute to campaign, so whoever wants to go first can.
Hello, good evening again, good people of Ine. The name remains Ababiga James, popularly called Biga is a brother. And after everything, we could all ascertain that there are some leaders who don't understand our grievances and cannot champion it very well. So after here, we should all focus and promote someone who understands us very well, who understands the nitty-gritty of the causes, the problems that we are going through, and can champion it very well. Number 2 on the ballot paper, and come Wednesday, I will need your support. Bigger is a brother. Thank you all.
Yes, so first and foremost, I would want to thank you all for coming to witness these proceedings. Once again, my name is Mohammed Abdallah, and on campus, I'm known as AB Smart. Yes, coming this Wednesday, I entreat you all to render your support to the Smart Change. Myself and my running mate, Lisa, we are in this to do a very good job. Kindly come on Wednesday to support us with your vote. And I believe when you do that, we will definitely do marvelously well. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I would also say that I want to thank everybody for coming here too. test our intellect. Yes. So I am number 5 on the ballot paper. Asehonum. I would also let all of us know that this was a debate, right? You were debating on both sides' policy. So this shouldn't be an emotional thing. And then this shouldn't be something that you have to get a banter with, right? So we are just letting people know that we are capable of doing, and then we are competent of serving the Uenr student. So I am number 5 on the ballot paper. Asehonum. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you all for coming. So, dear Uenr students, my name is Clifford Fumado, popularly known as Bujama. And then I respond, we are all involved, because without you, I can't do it. So next come Wednesday is the general election. Myself and then my vice president, Ms. Dorothy Brimer, we will need your votes and then your support as well. So next come Wednesday, come and vote Clifford Fumado as your next SRC president of Uenr. Thank you.
Hello, Uenr. We've had a very long conversation, and then this whole proceeding was to let you know the kind of leaders that you are going to vote for on Wednesday. Let you know how they understand what the SRC is. Let you know what their true thoughts about the SRC is. That is why you have to choose a leader that thinks and cares about you. A leader that thinks this our university can be a better place for us all. Vote number 4, Henry Uswampong, Mr. Oye, for a better SRC and a better Uenr. Thank you very much.
This brings us to the end of the presidential debate for this year. A heartfelt thank you to the aspirants for honoring the invitation and making this program very interactive. I'd like to thank the EC too, because the EC is the one who organized this program and made it a success. A special thank you to the media for streaming this program, and to the online audience, thank you very much. Have a good evening.